Hey there, everyone. How's it going? Welcome to this week's episode of Color Something. Today I'm going to be going through the 4 drawings I did on my drawing stream, Draw Something, on Wednesday. And I'm going to just go through, color them, and I'm going to do it here live on camera. So let me just go ahead and cut the chit-chat and get started. Gonna get my first drawing up on the screen. Alright, so today we're starting off with clothes in the washer with faces. This is what I ended the show with last Wednesday, and John Culis, my main inspiration was Dave Pilkey, the author of Captain Underpants and Dogman. That was, he was my big inspiration for creating. I just kind of started drawing when I was 6 or 7 years old and just kept at it. Thank you for asking. Alright, so yeah, here we go. Closing the washer. Was a little creatively sputtering with this one. This was kind of near the end of the night. I was kind of running out of juice, so I wanted to do a lot more with this, but what I came up with was you got a sock here, riding on a another crumpled up sock and surfing on it. Got a sock here with a mohawk doing metal hands. You got a shirt here, or maybe that's a tank top. And then you got these other clothes that are crumpled up, they're formed into a ball. And looks like one of them is enjoying it a lot more than this guy. Coolis. Okay, John Coolis. Good to know. Thank you. Alright, so let me go ahead and get started on this. I think I'll start by coloring the water in. Alright, so I'm going to start by making this blue. Okay, so, yeah, one of the trademarks of this show that's come up over the last few weeks that I've been doing it is the gaps. Gotta fill in these gaps that show up in the drawings, because if I don't, I'll end up flooding the entire screen with the color, and I don't really want that. So I'm gonna go ahead and close up this gap. Close up that gap. John Coolis, this is a program called GIMP. I was introduced to it like 6 years ago, and I used to do just Microsoft Paint, and I still use Microsoft Paint for a number of things, but this is what I use for coloring. I think it's a lot better than Paint. I think Paint can be really limited when it comes to coloring. This works a lot better. The only downside is that if you, once again, those little gaps, it can just be a pixel wide, and it literally let all the color flood the entire screen. And looks like I want to zoom in a little bit more on this so I can get a better look at what I'm doing here. There we go. But yeah, John Coolis, I believe GIMP is free to download, so if you want to try it out for yourself, by all means. I've gotten some good use out of it over the years. I'm assuming from your username that you're also an artist, yeah, by all means, I was just gonna ask you what all you did for art, what kind of art you did, what drawing you did, or do you paint, do you draw, do you do cartoons, do you do more realistic line art? I'm curious. By all means, introduce yourself. I'd be happy to hear more about you. As much as you feel comfortable, anyway. Alright, so I got the water colored in. Gonna go for a much lighter color here for the foam. That's kind of the foam that's coming on the end of that rush of water. Okay, so you're a traditional artist who's done a bit of digital art. That's about where I land. I've pretty much been doing traditional art for most of my life. I've done a little digital art here and there, but it's really not my forte. And fan art. I haven't done a whole lot of fan art, but that's very cool. And let's see, you're into cars, fire trucks, TV shows, movies, and cute things. I can get down with that. So what is your favorite thing that you've drawn? Oh, wrong color. There we go. That's more like it. So yeah, kind of doing a gray tip on the end of the sock. It's kind of a classic sock design. Then I'm going to make this sock's eyes orange. Oh, and here's another gap. Ah! Let me fill that in. Okay. And so yeah, like I said, this is kind of a sock that's gotten all crumbled up in the wash, and this sick guy is just using him as a surfboard. That's bold of him, I have to admit, but just kind of wrong. I mean, that's one of your own people. I mean, show some decency. Okay, so I think that does it for the socks. Let me move on to the shirt here. Still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do for the colors in this, for the main washer setting. So I'm just going to work on the clothing characters. Let's see, your favorite characters are Pippi Longstocking. I vaguely remember that cartoon. 101 Dalmatians, the series, very good. Very cool. I know that when I was younger, I had a how to draw book for SpongeBob, and that was one I ended up making a couple of stories about the characters from SpongeBob using that drawing book. And at the time, I had to basically more or less trace over the drawings in that book because I wasn't good enough at drawing yet. My freehanding has gotten better, but yeah, when I was like 10 or 11, I pretty much had to trace. And even then, it still kind of looked a little off. John Coulis, yes, probably more Marvel than DC, and I'm not a hardcore fan, but I have seen every I've seen all the MCU movies in the theater, with the exception of Shang-Chi. I haven't seen that one yet, but I'm planning on seeing it Monday. But yeah, I mean, everything from Iron Man, back when that came out, to now, I've seen all those. DC, I've seen some of the movies, and I've never actually read the comics. My knowledge of those Marvel and DC pretty much comes from the movies. And other than the recent Marvel shows that have come out, like on Disney Plus, I haven't really watched any of the TV shows based on them either. One of my siblings was really into Smallville when it first came out. At the time, I didn't have any interest in it. So yeah, I'm a casual fan of Marvel and maybe sort of also DC, but that's about it. Like I said, I've never read the comics. Alright, I'm gonna go to work on this next sock here. I'll go ahead and make him blue. Yeah, I'll make him a darker blue. And I'm gonna close up the mouth here so I don't get blue in his mouth. Yeah. Nope, no. Nope. Not good. Alright. So I'll color in blue there. Then make the little band here at the end a little darker. Oh, I didn't know Haley Steinfeld was going to be in the Hawkeye miniseries. I knew there was a Hawkeye miniseries coming out, but I didn't know Haley Steinfeld was in it. That's cool. Haven't actually seen any advertisements for it yet, but I'm sure it'll be good. Coloring both of his eyes there. So he's got a mohawk here. Let me go ahead and color that in. Make it orange. And then we get to this ball of clothes, which I was making a comparison to the game Katamari, which came out quite a while ago. I remember it from when I was a kid. How you just played as this character that rolled a big ball of stuff and just kept picking up all the stuff in front of you. And your ball just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's kind of what this was making me think of. Just how clothes will get all balled up and clumped together in the wash. John Coolis, that sounds cool. I'm going to have to watch that after I do my stream. And yeah, it's a pretty sweet card, too. Alright, let me see. So for this one, I'll just need to choose some colors. Actually, I guess this is kind of a free game. I like to usually choose colors that go well with each other, but honestly, it would make just as much sense for them to not go well with each other, because it's just supposed to be a random mess of clothes. So go ahead and just choose whatever. Alright, I'll start by making this one yellow. And something weird happened with this eye here. It's like the pupil, it looks like it was supposed to go all the way out to here, but I cut it off right here, so that's really weird. I'm gonna actually do some, as a streaming friend of mine would put it, some trickery and fix this up. Alright, there we go. Looks a little better. Though honestly, maybe the messed up eye would have would have added something more to him. So, let me see. Yeah, I'll leave it fixed. John Coulis, I have not. I frankly don't watch much TV these days. I mostly just watch stuff on YouTube, and even then it's mostly videos, usually review videos, opinion videos. I don't watch a lot of TV shows that are new coming out. Most of the new media I've been consuming is through reading, which I honestly hadn't been doing consistently for a long time, but recently I just read Stephen King's The Stand, and right now I'm slowly making my way through the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy books. I'm on the second one right now. So yeah, just going through and coloring all the clothes here in this big ball that's likely going to get bigger. And I'm making the eyes just a darker shade of the color, like the eyes here are darker yellow, darker green. This one's going to be a darker purple. This one's going to be a darker orange. And kind of a funny anecdote, my little sister, who's almost 13 now, she's not so little anymore, but when she was a baby, or when she was like 2 or 3 years old, she was really into eating oranges, but she would pronounce it orange. Orange. Can I have orange? I want orange. And I gotta be honest, whenever I say the word orange, I kind of still think of that. Okay, so it looks like I've gotten all the clothing figured out, so let me go ahead and do these bubbles next. Maybe make them a little bit lighter blue than that, the foam here. And of course, it looks like every one of them has, or most of them have openings, so I'll need to close those up. Otherwise you'll get this! Don't want that. Alright. Oh! Let me fill that in. Hi. This is kind of a weird looking bubble I drew. Okay, there we go. Alright, so I think probably what I'm going to do here is kind of do like a metallic gray. It's somewhere between gray and blue. Because the inside of the washer is usually like white or gray. But there's also water rushing through it, so I kind of want to have it kind of give that vibe too. So I'm going to go with like a grayish blue color for the inside of the washer. And do kind of a, gonna do kind of a fun wavy pattern here with the colors. Alright, so I got that. Let me go ahead and make sure to connect these lines. Otherwise we'll get another gap situation and we don't want that. Okay, that looks good. I mean, there we go. Alright, that's looking good so far. Alright, yeah, I'm liking this. Oh. Yeah, I was really kind of stumbling through this last drawing because there's a lot of little things that look a little off. Like this speech bubble, I originally traced out one way and then I ended up drawing it a completely different way. Also looks like I left a gap unchecked here, so I gotta fill that in with white. And it's like, yeah, literally just this 2-pixel gap is all it takes. Alright, got that fixed. I'm gonna do some more trickery here. Fill that in. Yeah, that should do. And go ahead and fill this in. There we go. Alright, yeah, I think I like that. Alright, so I guess all that's left now is just what I'm going to do here for the center, which I'll just do another shade of blue. Like maybe make it the darkest shade of blue in the whole picture. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I think this looks good. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. Actually, on top of that, I'll go ahead and bring up the larger view where it'll just kind of take up the whole screen so it's easier to see. There we go. Got clothes running around in the washer. John Coulis, yep, I do remember High School Musical. I was probably just out of the target demographic, but I have 2 younger siblings, so they were totally into it. And I got into it too at the time, I'm not going to lie. I did like Stick to the Status Quo. I also kind of like Get Your Head in the Game. I honestly, I don't have a younger sibling. Actually, I have a younger sibling, but she's into other things, not really High School Musical. She's really into Descendants. That's her thing. Which is kind of like the High School Musical for this generation. That's how I see it. But yeah, I definitely have some nostalgia there. The one issue I have is that I kind of feel like maybe the portrayal of high school was a little unrealistic. Because I mean, I went to high school and I didn't see any, choreographed dance numbers or anything. So, I don't know. They were kind of pulling my leg with that and I don't appreciate it. Alright, what was I doing? Okay, yeah. Let me go back to the normal view. Yep, I like this. So, I'm gonna clean up all this extra junk here. You can see a lot of the pencil lines and such. I'm gonna erase those off camera because it's really tedious and dull and I don't want to bore my viewers with it. So let's move on to drawing number 2 for the day. This was based on my family's. My sister had her 25th birthday, and we celebrated it at the Japanese Steakhouse here in our area. Here in the area, and we got this really awesome chef who, as the Japanese Steakhouse chefs usually do, he put on an awesome show. Was super funny. And John, I think it's that phrase. I mean, I guess anyone can have their own interpretation of it. I don't know. It feels like, that's like playing it safe, not taking any chances, and I don't know. I don't really like that. I think the world benefits from, people doing their own thing. So that's my take on it. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start by coloring my sister here, whose birthday it was. And one of the things the chef did was he flicked little chunks of cooked chicken into each of our mouths, and she was the only one who actually got and managed to catch it. All of us, it hit us in the forehead or hit us below the mouth, or just went completely past us. It was an air ball, more or less. She was the only one who actually managed to catch it, so I mean, she was the birthday girl. Alright, so she's blonde, so let me go ahead and make her hair blonde. I'll zoom in a little bit more since this is where I'm focusing right now. I think she had like a dark gray, blackish shirt on, so let me color her shirt that. Oh, there we go. Kind of give her some color in her shorts. Looks like I missed a spot here. Boop. Okay. And I don't remember exactly what color the chairs were. I guess it's not really a huge issue. There we go. Color in her mouth. And the chicken's like this, just kind of this light, fleshy color. There we go. Alright, so I think that does it for her. Oh, I forgot her shoes. Let me color those in. There we go. I guess it's just one of her shoes that's actually visible. Alright, so let's move on to my dad. This is just kind of a... This is my family and some of my in-laws that this is how I draw them. And I started rushing myself near the end because I wanted to move on to the next drawing. I felt like I was taking a lot of time just drawing out every member of the family. John Coulis, I remember Lazy Town. I never actually watched it. I remember it being a thing. I remember the girl with the pink hair and the evil guy who had like the mustache and the pilot hat or something like that. I don't remember any of the characters' names, but I do remember that show. Despite never actually watching it. That was probably my stepmom actually ran a daycare around the time that show was on, so it was probably on the TV from time to time at our house, but I just never watched it. Alright, let me go ahead and zoom in here. Actually, I might not have to. Let me see. Oh, no, there's a gap. Time to fill that in. Ah, that's right, Stephanie, Robbie. Okay. All right, you obviously you remember it a lot better than I do. Although I have seen Robbie Rodden in a lot of YouTube memes, so I should have probably figured that one out. That's right, Stephanie was her name. Hold on a second. Was pressing the wrong buttons there. I ended up closing a window, or minimizing a window on accident. No big deal. Okay. I think my dad was wearing a gray shirt, so let me go ahead and put him in a light gray shirt. And yeah, I got the pilot guy and Robbie Rodden mixed up in my head. Alright, hold on a second. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and work on the next guy here. This is my sister's husband, my brother-in-law. John Coulis, yeah, that sounds like a pretty typical kids show bad guy thing to do. Making funny variations on a character's name. That's how you can tell he's bad. Alright, let me see here. Go ahead and color my stepmom in here. You only see her from the back, but yeah. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Alright. Gonna go ahead and erase those necklines. There we go. Alright, now I'm gonna move over to this one, color it the same color, all the chairs are the same color. Very quite contrary, awesome to see you here. Thank you for coming. How are you doing today? Let me show you the drawing I'm currently coloring. This is my family and I at the Japanese Steakhouse in our area. We went there to celebrate my sister's 25th birthday. And the cook was awesome. If you've ever been to a Japanese steakhouse, you would know that these chefs are super freaking talented. They put up they literally turn making your dinner into a show. Like, it's literally a show in and of itself. You get entertainment with your food, and then your food comes out of the entertainment. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, so yeah, one of the things he did was he cut up the chicken and he started flicking chunks of it, and we're supposed to catch it in our mouths. And aside from my sister, who managed to do it. Every one of us, it either hit us in the forehead or hit us below the mouth. Yeah, all of us just, all the rest of us just failed. We weren't worthy. Mary, what did you get for lunch today? And John Coolis, I did see the movie. I haven't watched the show, but I did see the movie. I actually went with my mother to see the movie because we both liked those books. So that was a nice date. Grown man and his mother going to see the Captain Underpants movie. But yeah, we had a lot of fun at it. It was well done. I thought they did a good job. But yeah, I haven't seen the show. But I haven't really sat down and watched it. What little I've seen of it looks pretty good. It looks pretty much like a Captain Underpants show should. Has the style, has the crazy antics. John Coolis, that is true, yeah. Oh, DJ Mike Brady, I almost missed you there. Hey, how are you doing? Also, Ninja Chef. Is that what their official name is? Even if it isn't, I will start using that name from now on because I like it. That's a good name. You know, it seems like there should be a TV show about those guys. Like, they have all these cooking shows out there. They have an American Ninja Warrior show. Why isn't there an American Ninja Chef show? I mean, maybe they have something, like, close to it. Like, I know that there's a lot of cooking competition shows out there. But I haven't really ever seen one that was, like, specifically centered around Japanese Steakhouse, or, I'm sorry, Ninja Chefs. And John Coolis, I'm pretty sure it was part of the big event that shall not be named. Oh, it's just the micism? Well, I'm still going to use it anyway. I like it. Alright, so I got myself colored, and that's me right there with the pointy hair. You can see in my avatar there in the logo. Am I pointing in the right place? The logo. That's how I draw myself. The pointy hair is, it's kind of a running joke I have is like, pretty much everyone else in my family I try to draw somewhat like how they look in real life, but both me and my dad just have the pointy hair, and my dad literally looks the same as me except for the 5 o'clock shadow. I've just been drawing us that way for years, and it doesn't match our appearances at all. It's just a running joke I continue to go with. Yeah, Mike Brady. I thought that would be really cool. I'm kind of surprised that there isn't a thing like that. I think my first time at a Japanese steakhouse was like 20 years ago, so in the 20 years since then, I'm assuming they've been around longer than that. I'm really surprised there hasn't been a Japanese steakhouse Ninja Chef show, or even a show set in a Japanese steakhouse, because those places are pretty dang cool. Alright. Can I color in the back of this chair? There we go. Alright, now last up here is my sister, my other sister, my sister who is more or less the same age as me, just give or take a month and a couple days. Oh, and this is why you gotta close up the gaps. You see that right there? That is ugh. Something wrong happened in the kitchen. John Coulis, boy, favorite actor. That is a tough one. I'm really bad with picking favorites of anything, honestly. Probably, I do really like Robert Downey Jr. I really wasn't aware of him at all before Iron Man in the MCU. But, I do really like him as an actor. Even if he kind of plays the same character most of the time, but it's a good role that he plays, so I'll probably just go with him. There's others I could probably name too. Like there's probably others. Oh, that. There's probably others in the Marvel Cinematic Universe I could name off that I've seen in other stuff. And all I can think of whenever I see them in other shows is, oh, that's Captain America. Oh, that's Iron Man. Oh, that's Hawkeye. Mike Brady? Yes, it did. Yes, that's why you gotta close up those gaps so that the big fire doesn't come through or doesn't get through it. You know, almost seems like there could be like, you know, I know I was making a joke like I think last week about a movie called Attack of the Gaps, but I was thinking like maybe like a mini series or a horror TV show where it's like centered around these these characters living in a world of drawings where there's all these little gaps that show up and like they're like it just turns their lives upside down. Like just the tiniest little gaps can, you know, send all these unwanted colors splashing all throughout the world. It's pretty dramatic if you really think about it. Oh, Mike Brady, that is a perfect title. John Coulis, let me look back at your comment. Thomas Middleditch, I don't really know him outside of the Captain Underpants movie, but he did a good job as Harold. And Kevin Hart, I was really surprised by. I didn't know wasn't sure about that. I thought like oh, okay, Kevin Hart seems like a celebrity stunt casting, but he was a pretty great fit for George, and they really worked well off each other, which is good because that's like the main dynamic of that series is those two troublemakers and their friendship. But yeah, I don't really know Thomas Middleditch from anything else. Alright, so I'm trying to remember what Alyssa's shirt color was. This is probably not what it was, but I'll just go ahead and do it green. Make it green. Alright, now color in her legs. Like I was saying, I kind of started rushing it near the end here, so her chair looks a lot lower than the others. I was I didn't want to drag the show on too long by just drawing every single member of the family here. I think I still managed to get everyone here, but yeah, unfortunately, Alyssa here, my sister, I drew her chair really small, so it looks like she's way below the grill. I apologize for that, Alyssa. Mary Quite Contrary, Well, I mean, it was a book series before it was a movie and a show. They were actually some of my earliest memories were DJ Mike Brady reading me the Captain Underpants books before I went to bed, before I went to sleep. That's some serious nostalgia right there. All right, let me go ahead and start coloring in the Ninja Chef. Oh, Mike Brady, that is a very insightful point. Thank you. I wouldn't have even thought of that. That's brilliant. Thank you for that. It's like it's like I subconsciously had it planned that way all along. I swear, it wasn't just me being lazy or rushing it. It was just, that was totally the plan all along. John Coulis, I've never heard of banchan. Korean fried chicken does sound good. I mean, fried chicken, anything sounds good to me. Alright, so yeah, he had his... another thing about this Ninja Chef is he had his big puffy beard sticking out from behind his mask. Little awkward. I definitely prefer to stay clean shaven. I usually don't go more than a day without shaving. I remember doing No Shave November way back in like 2009, a long time ago. That was back when I was in high school. So I did that once, but nah. I just like being clean shaven better. No mustache, no beard. Okay. Sorry, I zoned out there for a second, just trying to figure out my next move. Gonna go ahead and do the food that he's flinging around here, and this is where I took a little creative liberty, because while he was putting on a spectacular show, the food probably didn't get any more than like a couple inches off the grill. So here's the little mini corns. Alright, I think when I drew these, I was thinking zucchini, so I'm gonna go with zucchini. That's what these are. Then we got these onion slices here. Let me go ahead and color those in, kind of pinkish. They were like, yeah, they were purple onions from what I remember. And, oh, what do you see here? This looks like a cup. Alright, so there we go. Gap closed. Oh, John Coulis, I haven't been to it. I don't think I've been to a Chick-fil-A in the 6 years since I moved to the Tri-Cities. That's where I live, is Pasco, Washington, or no, Kennewick, Washington, in the Tri-Cities in eastern Washington. I moved here from Tacoma 6 years ago, or 5 years ago, and there was a Chick-fil-A in Tacoma that I went to for a while, but I don't think there's a Chick-fil-A here in the Tri-Cities, so I haven't been to a Chick-fil-A for, well, 5 years. I do remember them being pretty good. My little sister Danny was just talking about how much she liked their waffle fries. I remember we were on a car trip, and she was, we were looking for a place to eat, and she was talking about the waffle fries at Chick-fil-A. Oh, Mike Brady, that sounds rough. Man, I feel so sorry for you. I really hope that you can make the most of that tragic situation that you're stuck in. A Chick-fil-A next door, like, how are you gonna do it? How are you gonna get by, like, with that delicious smell of chicken coming right to your hotel window? Like, that just sounds terrible. Ugh. And John Coolis, yeah, fortunately I ate before I went live, so I'm not feeling too hungry at the moment. Alright, yeah, so what I drew here was him spinning the little the spatula around with his hand. And of course there's this big fire that's obscuring whatever he's doing with his right hand. But it's probably something also really cool. Here, let me go ahead and color in the big flame. And I was mentioning this during my drawing stream when I was drawing this, that the when I went to the Japanese Steakhouse when I was little, I was terrified of the cooking process. The flame would go bursting up, and I would just run under the table. Not really. I don't do that anymore. I've gotten better at it. And did I miss something? Nope. Yeah, I mean, now I can stay above the table for the entire show, but I do kind of have to back off a bit when the flame bursts up because it's big and hot. Alright, also featured the egg roll. That's a classic joke. Oh, and, alright, so funny story regarding these meows here. So, when he was listing off the ingredients, he accidentally said kitten instead of chicken. And so that kind of started out. He kind of ran with that. So he's saying, yes, this is actually kitten meat. And as he was chopping up the chicken, he was saying, meow, 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 meow. So that's what I'm referencing here. It's he had a pretty twisted sense of humor. I liked him a lot. Okay, thank you, Mike Brady, for the clarification. I didn't remember exactly. Kitten fried rice. Yep. Cool. Alright, and as for the rice itself, I mean, at this point, it was just sitting there on the grill waiting to be worked into something. There wasn't any sauce added to it, so it was just white. I'll just leave it white. I'll color in these little grains that accidentally got colored in gray because of the gaps. Ah. Oh my gosh. Okay. And, I think that'll do it. Yeah, I think that'll do it. Let me zoom back out here. Alright, there we go. Let's see, is there anything else I gotta add in? I think I'm about done. Let me go up to... Gonna make that line a little clearer. I should have zoomed in when I did that. Yeah, okay, that looks fine. Okay, so I think that'll do. I just want to, yeah, now I want to just add a background color to tie it all together. I think I'll make it a kind of a reddish orange to go with the fire. Alright, there we go. And yeah, this was actually drawn on my sister's birthday. We celebrated her birthday a day early, but her actual birthday was September 15th, which is when I did this drawing, so that worked out well. And, oops, looks like, something a little weird happened here with the coloring. I'll go ahead and fix that really quick. Gonna have it just kind of this white border around the bottom, along the bottom. And now, let me have a drink of water really quick. Oh, I guess since we're having a drink of water here, I might as well point out that this is a DJ Mike Brady water bottle, official merch. And since DJ Mike Brady was a big part in getting this stream going, he was the one who he was basically the pioneer in our family. He made the jump onto Twitch first, doing his show called the Thursday Night Quarantine Party, which is a 3-hour oasis of happiness. Just non-stop music, non-stop fun in the chat. So if you like music and you want to have some nice, fun background noise on a Thursday night or even other nights when he streams, go ahead and give him a follow. I don't think I've figured out how to give shout-outs in the chat yet, but I'll definitely give him a verbal shout-out here. I'll just say go follow him, go click on his name, follow his channel. Yeah, so I was making art for his channel for about a year when he suggested that I start my own drawing stream, and that's what's led to this moment. Yes, Mike Brady, you summed it up better than I could. If you like things that are fun, go follow DJ Mike Brady. Alright, let me go ahead and bring up the larger view. I think I think I'm done here with this drawing. There we go. Japanese Steakhouse. It's a bit on the spendy side, so it's not somewhere you're gonna go every single day, but every now and then it's a nice treat. So let me go ahead and bring up the next drawing. All right, so, uh, so my imagination, trying to come up with stuff, I can just easily get so overwhelmed with the possibilities that I just end up not thinking of anything. So what I've tried to do is just sort of just take inspiration from like just, oh, here's a thing that I saw recently that I could maybe turn into a drawing. So I just, kind of was thinking, oh, look at this microwave in my kitchen. Maybe I can turn that into something. And then I remembered there was one time where a younger Andy foolishly tried cooking something in the microwave, reheating something in the microwave, and put tin foil as the cover over the container of food, and didn't realize that that was not something he should have done. And was subsequently freaked out when he started hearing electrical shocks coming out of the microwave. And those shock marks in the inside of the microwave, they stayed there for, yeah, they were there for, I mean, I think they pretty much stayed there permanently until we got a new one. So that was cool. So yeah, what I'm doing here is oh, Mike Brady. Hold on. Oh, that. Yes, I'm gonna clean that up when I'm gonna clean that up off camera. All these little extra scratchy lines I'm gonna clean up off camera. I will be sure that before I post this to my social media that is no longer there. Though since you pointed it out, I'll just take care of it right now. Alright, there we go. Alright. Okay, so back to Microwave Man here. So, yeah, basically I kind of was rambling, but to get to the point, his power source is aluminum foil. You put that in there, he suddenly gets the powers of electricity, and he uses it to shock his foes. And one of the viewers on the drawing stream last Wednesday gave a really clever suggestion. Salmon. I was asking what was a food that would be really bad in the microwave, and she said salmon. And yeah, I've heard that that's really bad in the it doesn't reheat very well in the microwave. So yeah, the evil salmon against the microwave man. So let me go ahead and start on Microwave Man himself. Just gonna do kind of dark shades of gray. Mike Brady, that's a fun connection. I smell the microwave for the rest of the... Yeah, that is definitely true. Yeah, microwaves and salmon, not the best of friends, which again is why it's only appropriate that one of Microwave Man's greatest foes is an evil salmon. Alright. So yeah, like I said, just doing kind of various shades of dark gray. And the microwave's face, I don't know, I mean, I guess typically on a microwave it would be black, but I don't want it to look super monotonous or monochrome. monochromatic. So I think I'll make it kind of a metallic blue. Then I'll make his eyes a slightly brighter shade to kind of make them stand out a little bit more. Make his pupils a little bit darker. Mary, no worries. Glad you're still here. John Koulis, sure. I'll see if I can find you there. Do you have your own Discord chat? I have a Discord. I have a Discord channel that's part of DJ Mike Brady's Discord. But do you have your own Discord where we can chat? So right now I'm just I got it. All right, so I got his inside, the little face here all colored in. There's the aluminum foil doing its work. Then I'll go ahead and give Mr. Microwave Man is taking some inspiration from Sonic and has these red sneakers. Oh, okay, that's all right. Cool. Sure, yeah, yeah. You can send me an invite. That's cool. I didn't know you would come from Meg's Mashables. That's awesome. In fact, that's actually even more appropriate because the last drawing I'm gonna color after this one is my Mashable drawing for last week. So it's actually extra appropriate to have another Mashy here in the chat. Let me see. So yeah, drawing the electricity here. That's just, he's exuding it. It's flying out of him, bursting out of him. And I'm probably still, there's probably still some gaps I gotta fill in. So let me go ahead and look through this. Hold on. Oh, okay, I see it now. Yeah, so let me go ahead and color this in. Oh. Oh. I'm having a little trouble with my, the pencil size changer. I accidentally set it to like 10,000. I have it at like 2 right now, so 10,000 will like literally take up the entire screen. Actually, more than the entire screen. It's a little bigger than I'd like. Alright, Alright, go ahead and color in these electric bolts. And actually, I'm just thinking while I'm coloring in this, while I'm coloring in Microwave Man, there was another drawing I did a few weeks ago. I was doing a song. Let me just bring it up here. Here we have. It's the title. It's the song title interpretation of Kylie Minogue's song "Your Disco Needs You," which is a favorite in the DJ Mike Brady's Thursday Night Quarantine Party. And kind of a running joke is that a lot of the members of the Brady Bunch, that's what we call ourselves, mistake Your Disco Needs You for Nabisco Needs You. So I decided to kind of play with that and had Mrs. Disco crying out for Nabisco, who is coming to save her from a burning skyscraper. So I was just kind of reminded of that. It's another superhero drawing. Alright, let me get back to what I was doing here. Microwave Man. I'm going to go ahead and color his boxing gloves purple, which is kind of an obscure reference. DJ Mike Brady, if you're still in the chat, you might get the reference that I'm making here with the purple boxing gloves. And then again, maybe not. It's pretty random. Okay. So I'm tempted to color. Okay, so I'm tempted to color the salmon pink because that's how I mean, salmon meat is pink, but the salmon fish itself is like just gray, kind of just a gray color. So I guess I'll make it. You know what? No, I'll make it pink. It's not a typical salmon, obviously. So I'll make him pink. Maybe a slightly different shade of pink. I'm not sure I like that one. Mike Brady, I'm glad you got it. Sparkly silver. That's what I thought. But since... I was thinking since the microwave is already gray, I wanted to have this character be a different color. I guess I could. I guess silver is different enough from Microwave Man's color. I could just go with that. No, I'm gonna stick with my original plan. Let me zoom in on his eyes here. Give him kind of a sickly greenish yellow. Though once again, I think I might change that up a bit. Mike Brady, I'm glad you like the pink. Alright, so I'll give him these dark red pupils to make him look extra demented and scary. Then for the inside of his mouth, I'll just go ahead and do a darker shade of his skin color there. Let me also color in this spot that I missed. There we go. Oh, and also this spot that I missed. And this spot that I missed. And these spots that I missed. There we go. Lots of spots. Alright, zoom out. Alright, so it looks like I got our two main hero and villain here, so now I just gotta fill in the color in the rest of the scene. I got this little annotation, I guess you could say. Let's work on it. I'm gonna go ahead and color this in. Alright, there we go. So, got aluminum foil there. I just used the standard. I used a real world brand. I wasn't. I guess at the moment I wasn't clever enough to come up with my own made up brand, which is what I usually do. I'll usually do like just a funny fake brand name, but I just kind of went with Reynolds Wrap, which I guess is fine. And looks like I gotta fill in this, or cut it. What is the word I'm looking for? I forgot to make this more solid, so I'm gonna go ahead and trace over it. There we go. Color that in. Alright, so there's the Reynolds Wrap. Yo, my name's Reynolds. I don't have any other words for my rap, but here we go anyway. I'm a rapping Reynolds. Alright, so a little bit more. Make the pencil smaller. Close the gap. Color it in. Oh, got another gap. Alright. So I got kind of a starburst background here to kind of go with the comic book theme. And looks like I also forgot to extend it out to the end of the picture. So let me go ahead and draw this here. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and use the color green. Or use different... use the color... Yeah. My mouth and my brain are not working together. Yeah, use the color green. Oh, another gap. Alright, yeah, so I'm just going to do alternating green and dark green. Let me zoom in here so I can close up yet another gap. Oh. Alright, there we go. Alright, zoom in a little bit more. Oh. Gaps all over. Alright, let me fill that in. Alright, yeah, there should be like one more line here. And I missed a big white spot here. Let me color that in. Okay, I think that'll do it. Yeah, alright, good. Looks like I got the whole starburst colored in. Let me just fill in these white spots. Then for the buildings, I'll just do a different shade of green. There we go, I like that. And for this little annotation here, this is maybe a light orange. No, I'm not sure I like that. Do a light blue here for this little shape. I think that'll do it. Might be one or two other little things need to be colored in like that. But other than that, I think that'll do. So let me go ahead and save this and I'll bring up the larger view. Alright. So I was need to put in some channel point redemptions for hydrating and stretching. I find my joints getting kind of sore after I've been sitting here coloring for more than an hour. Come on, man, I'm only 28. I can't be that old. Alright, here's the last drawing for the day. It is my Mashable for Meg's Mashables Friday Mash Challenge. Which she, for those not in the know, it's, the challenge is that you take 3 different items. One of them has to be an animal. The other 2 can just be other animals or just non-animal items. This week it was a raccoon and a pumpkin and a spork. So what I did, I just had a raccoon sitting inside a pumpkin, eating its guts with a spork. And he also baked a pumpkin pie on the side. He's a multi-talented raccoon. So he's A up. Fill in that gap. Alright, so I think I got his main body colored in. Oh, let me get his ears too. Mary Clark Contrary, thank you so much for being here. It was great to see you. Have a good rest of your day. Let me color in the ears. Give him just pink, light pink. Then I'll color in his little mask around his eyes. Alright. And let me color that in. Alright, looks like I got the raccoon done, so let me up one more little spot there. Alright, let me go ahead and focus here on the pie. Gotta admit, pumpkin pie does sound pretty good right now. Let me see if I can get the color right. Yeah, I think that looks good enough. Then I'll color in the crust. Into a slightly darker shade here. There we go. Actually, I'll go ahead and just yeah, it's probably in a pie tin, so let me go ahead and just color it gray. It's in a pie tin, but he also has it on a plate. I don't know. Guess he's got an interesting way of doing things. He's a raccoon. He can do what he wants. Just stay out of my trash. Actually, well, stay away from my chickens, I guess is a better thing to say. You can mess with my trash. Just stay away from my chickens. Color in the pumpkin here. Gonna add a little have a little sunburst around the big glob of pumpkin guts, which is such an appealing and appetizing name. think I'll actually leave the Spork white. I'm going to figure out a background color for this drawing here in a second. Let me see. Alright, I'm going to go with kind of a reddish orange, kind of a... I don't even know how to describe it. It seems like a color that feels like very fall-like. It's a very fall-like color, which, given the theme of the drawing, makes sense. So color that in. I think that'll do. Yeah, pretty simple drawing, not much to it. Let me just go ahead and save it and bring up the larger view. Actually, looking at that, I'm really glad. I really like how that turned out. I think the colors go well with each other. Mike Brady, I'm glad you like it too. Alright, well that is all 4 drawings for this week. I'm going to go ahead and do my end of show recap and then rate out. So let me start out with, let me go ahead and bring up the larger view for the recap. So here we go, we got the clothes in the washer. Got the surfing sock, got the other blue sock with a mohawk doing metal hands. Got this red shirt or tank top or something. And I got these clothes that are clumped up into a ball, and one of them seems to be enjoying it a lot more than the others. And Mike Brady, thank you for subscribing. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And here's a Japanese Steakhouse with me and my family. And the Ninja Chef. And the poor unfortunate kitten meat. Bowing even in death. And hello, I missed a... Looks like I missed a spot. I'll go ahead and fix that right here and now. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and save that. And yeah, so there's that one. Alright, number 3 is Microwave Man against the evil, fighting against the evil salmon with his power source, Reynolds Wrap. This video was not sponsored, by the way. Ah, yes, Mike Brady, that's right, it is still September. Subtember. And then last up, here's the Raccoon eating pumpkin with a spork. And he also made a pumpkin pie because he's got a lot of time on his dirty hands. Alright, so let me go ahead and see if anyone I follow is live. Doesn't look like, it looks like I got a Lady Telia who is doing a commission for someone named Skylasha. I also got Mini Moon P, who I'm going to go ahead and do her. She doesn't have many people following. She only got 2 views, so I'll go ahead and raid her. Yeah, I'm going to raid Mini Moon P. So, thank you everyone who watched. I really appreciate everyone who came and watched and commented in the chat or just hung out. I don't really have anything else to say, so have a... You know, I am still learning OBS. I totally didn't realize I wasn't on screen. Alright, I'm going to head out. Have a great day, everyone. Have a good rest of your weekend, and take care.